This is the city of Vienna, Austria, here in Europe. Vienna is the livable city in the world. This is the famous church in the city center of Vienna City, the Stephansdom, or they called St. Stephen's Cathedral, is the symbol of Vienna and also the very center of the city. At 136 meters in height, it is the tallest church in Austria. St. Stephen's Cathedral is not only Austria's most important Gothic building. The Steffel, as it is affectionately known in Vienna, is much more than that. It is a landmark, a symbol of identity and synonymous with the reconstruction of the Republic after the Second World War. Construction of St. Stephen's Cathedral began in the 12th century and its interior changed repeatedly over the centuries until it was finally given its current Baroque appearance. The tallest of its four towers is the South Tower at 136 meters. The tower room, from which there is a gigantic view across Vienna, is reached by 343 steps. A total of 13 bells hang here. However, the best known of them, the Pomeran, hangs in the 68-meter-tall North Tower. It is the second biggest free-swinging chime church bell in Europe. On the roof of St. Stephen's Cathedral, colorful roof tiles were laid to create the royal and imperial double-headed eagle and the coat of arms of the city of Vienna. St. Stephen's Cathedral also attained a particular reputation due to Vienna's most famous sweet treat. It soars above the brand logo on the pink red packaging of the Manor Schnitten slices. Addition to valuable altars and side chapels, the impressive cathedral treasure can also be seen, including relics decorated with gold and precious stones, monstrances, liturgical texts and books, as well as vestments. Numerous important people were also given their final resting place in St. Stephen's Cathedral. Emperor Friedrich III was buried in an impressive marble sarcophagus. The tomb's cover slab alone weighs 8 tons. Prince Eugene of Savoy has his final resting place in a private chapel. Buried in the catacombs of St. Stephen's Cathedral is Duke Rudolph IV, the founder, who laid the foundation stone for the Gothic reconstruction of the cathedral in 1359. It is also the burial site of many other Habsburgs and Viennese cardinals and archbishops. The Stephansplatz is a square at the geographical center of Vienna, Austria. It is named after its most prominent building, the Stephansdom, Vienna's cathedral and one of the tallest churches in the world. Before the 20th century, a row of houses separated Stephansplatz from Stockholm-Eisenplatz, but since their destruction, the name Stephansplatz started to be used for the wider area covering both. To the west and south, respectively, run the exclusive shopping streets Graben, literally ditch, and Krinterstraße is the German for Corinthia. Stephansplatz, Vienna was named after its most prominent building, the Stephansdom, which is Vienna's cathedral. Opposite the Stephansdom is the Haushaus, a striking piece of architecture designed by Hans Holllein. The modernity of the Haushaus was controversial, since some were skeptical about the combination of the medieval cathedral with a modern glass and steel building. Now, the combination of the two unique buildings stands as an example of how old and new architecture are able to mix harmoniously. To the west and south of these buildings are shopping streets called Graben and Kartner Street. This is the Vienna's first district, also known as Inner Stadt, is the historic center of the Austrian capital. This district is considered the heart of Vienna and boasts many historical and cultural attractions. Innenstadt has a small area, as it is essentially the inner city. The area of Vienna's first district is about 3 square kilometers. It is one of the smallest districts in terms of population compared to other districts in the city. In addition, Innenstadt is the only district where the population is gradually decreasing as of January 2023 to 16,620 inhabitants. In Innenstadt, you can find a variety of property types, from the famous Austrian Although to new residential complexes. However, as District 1 is located in the heart of the city, it is more common to find old houses. The cost of housing in inner Stadt can be higher compared to other districts of Vienna due to its favorable location and historical value. Thus, buying or renting an apartment in Vienna's first district is not only a way to get closer to Austria's key cultural and historical sites, but also a fairly profitable investment in your future. Apartments in Vienna's first district are particularly valued near the Vienna Opera, the Rathaus, Stephansplatz, and Karlskirche. You can buy or rent an apartment in Vienna's first district in the following residential complexes. Educational facilities. When considering this point, it is important to keep in mind that due to the small area of the first district, the number of kindergartens, schools, and universities may be smaller here compared to other parts of the city. Kindercompany has been operating since 1995 and is a prime example of excellent pedagogical work. This network includes 24 kindergartens in Vienna that are open all year round. One of the main advantages of Kindercompany is the possibility of studying in bilingual groups English, German, as well as a multifaceted range of educational areas. Akademisches Gymnasium Vienna is known for its academic approach to education and preparation of students for admission to higher education institutions. By the way, the Ukrainian Saturday School in Vienna has been successfully operating on the territory of this school. In the so-called Harry Potter's castle at Inner Stadt, Stephansplatz 1, 1010 Wien for over 10 years, allowing young Ukrainians to learn Ukrainian language, literature, and history. The University of Vienna Universität Wien, founded in 1365, is one of the oldest in the world. Although its main campus is located outside the district, several faculties and institutes are represented in the inner Stadt. The University of Music and Applied Arts Wien Universität für Musik und Darstellende Kunst Wien offers a variety of study programs in music, theater, dance, opera, conducting, and other artistic fields. Medical facilities. There are no major clinics in the first district, but there are some nearby in the neighboring districts. Allgemeines Krankenhaus der Stadt Wien (AKH) is the largest hospital in Vienna and one of the largest in Europe. It is located in District 9, adjacent to District 1, and provides a wide range of medical services. In addition to large medical institutions, private doctors' offices are popular in Austria, which are located not only in hospitals, but also in ordinary multi-story buildings. Therefore, you can easily find your doctor in the first district of Vienna if you need to. Transportation. Inner Stadt has a very well-developed transport infrastructure, as both private and commercial life is bustling there. The main means of transport in the first district include Cologne. U-Bahn or underground train stations, Stephansplatz and Karlsplatz, an extensive bus and tram system, many bicycle lanes. As for car traffic in Vienna's first district, it is worth remembering that many parts of the first district have restrictions on car traffic due to the preservation of the historic environment. Also, those who do not live in the inner Stadt may have problems parking their cars. There are advantages and disadvantages of living in inner Stadt include the following. Advantages. Rich history of the area and ample opportunities for cultural attractions. Ancient and at the same time well-maintained architecture. A large number of pedestrian streets. In Stadt is one of the most prestigious districts of Vienna. Disadvantages. High cost of housing. A lot of tourists. A lot of cars, which causes problems with parking. As you can see, housing in Vienna's first district attracts those who appreciate the atmosphere of history and culture, as well as those who are looking for a high standard of living in the heart of the city. Vienna has been ranked as the world's best city to live in for 9 straight years, according to the Mercer Quality of Living Survey. And the most sought-after neighborhood is Inner Stadt, or Inner City, the historical heart of Vienna. Even though Vienna has an impressive network of public transportation, the ultimate in luxury is to step out of your palatial penthouse and walk a few minutes to a night at the opera. A turn through a museum, or some shopping in the Golden Quarter, with a stop at one of the city's famed coffee houses. It's possible in Innerstadt. The things that make Vienna famous: music, museums, parks, wine, and coffee houses contribute to its high quality of living. But the city stands out for safety, the Mercer report said. What wealthy people like is that they don't need a bodyguard in Vienna. They can walk, said Suzanne Thomanek, an agent with Austria Sotheby's International Realty in Vienna. Everything is close in Innerstadt.